Welcome to Reinventing the Arena, the podcast that guides you through the powerful journey of aligning, embodying, and rising into your most authentic self. We dive deep into the transformative power of doing the inner work because the most important relationship you have is the one with yourself. When you align with your authentic self, you naturally attract the relationships and experiences meant for you. I'm your host, Molly Conley, a coach who's passionate about helping you uncover who you truly are using human design, NLP, and self-empowerment tools. Here we explore the art of aligning with your authentic self, embodying your highest potential, and rising above old patterns to create a life that resonates with who you truly are. Whether you're seeking deeper fulfillment in love or your personal journey, this space is designed to inspire your evolution. Together, we'll explore self-discovery, share transformational stories, and uncover the energetic shifts needed to create the love and life you truly desire. This isn't just about change. It's about fully stepping into who you were meant to be. So, lady, align, embody, and rise. Welcome to your journey of self-transformation. Welcome to Reinventing the Arena. Welcome back to the podcast, lady. I am so glad you're here today. But before we dive in, I wanted to say thank you to every one of you who filled out the survey last month. Your responses gave me exactly the clarity I needed. It's been so helpful to see what you're most interested in right now. And the first edition, based on your input, is already in motion and is available to you right now. I just released my brand new Relationship by Design series. It has 2 transformational human design trainings that will help you understand yourself, your partner, and how you communicate in your relationships on a whole new level. In Love by Design, you'll discover what it's like to be in a relationship with each energy type. And then in Aligned Expressions, you will learn how to use your strategy, authority, and emotional awareness to communicate with clarity and confidence. These trainings are here to help you create more aligned, authentic, and easeful connections in love. You can check them out now at reinventingthearena.com or find the link in the show notes. And I can't wait for you to experience these 2 trainings. Now, let's get into the episode. I want to start with a question. Who are you becoming? Not just who you are today, but who are you choosing to grow into? Moment by moment, choice by choice. This question has been echoing in my own life lately as I'm stepping into a new season of business and even realigning my routines. It's reminding me that our identity isn't something we are stuck in. It's something that we create, that we embody, and we shift over and over and over again. So let's start here. What is identity? It is the collection of beliefs, stories, and energetic imprints that shape how we see ourselves and how we show up. Often, we think identity is fixed, like I'm just this way, I've always been like this, or I can't change, or I have a very difficult time changing at all. But identity is honestly fluid. It's living. It's shaped by the choices that we make day in and day out. Honestly, I remember a time when I was clinging to an old identity without even realizing it. Actually, multiple times of clinging to an identity. But for example, when I first started my business, I saw myself as someone who wasn't quote unquote good at selling, even with having an extensive marketing background. That belief kept me from sharing my work boldly. It wasn't until I started asking, who am I becoming? And chose to see myself as a woman who shares confidently because her work changes lives. From there, my energy and my results started to shift. But before we can make these identity shifts, before we can change, we have to become aware. Awareness is the first step to any transformation. It's noticing what is true for us, what feels aligned, and what feels heavy or even outdated. In human design, awareness shows up clearly in our centers. For example, if you have an open emotional center, you might be aware that you've been taking on other people's emotions as your own and shaping your identity based off of those people that you're around because it's keeping them happy or you're helping avoid discomfort by any changes that you are making. When I think back to a specific example, I think back to this client who believed she was attracting quote unquote bad men or bad relationships. Through our work together and understanding herself, she realized she was simply out of alignment with how she was designed to connect. That awareness allowed her to see herself clearly, and from there, she could choose differently. But what comes after awareness? That is acceptance. Acceptance is powerful because it neutralizes shame. It creates a foundation to grow from. It doesn't mean you like everything about yourself right now, but it means you're willing to see what is true without judgment. In human design, this is so important. So for me, accepting my generator strategy to respond instead of forcing or initiating everything has brought so much ease. At first, I really did resist this because I thought I should be able to make things happen whenever I want. When I accepted that responding is my most powerful way of creating, it opened new possibilities that actually expanded my choices. A really good example of this is that June survey. You ladies who filled it out gave me something to respond to and create in a way of new possibilities for you while tapping into my creative energy. So acceptance doesn't mean stagnation. It means we finally have solid ground to build from. And that solid ground brings us to choice. Choice is what bridges identity from who we are to who we are becoming. It's not just the big life-changing choices. It's those micro choices, those micro shifts, choosing to pause before saying yes, choosing to honor your needs for rest, choosing to speak your truth even when, your voice shakes or it's quiet. When we choose in alignment with our design, with our energy types, following our strategy and authority, we are not just making decisions. We are now creating an identity aligned with our truest self rather than our conditioned self. When I think about a client in this situation, she's a manifesting generator, and she used to say yes to everything because she feared she was missing out on something, even when her gut, her sacral response, was saying no. When she started choosing based off that sacral response, she freed up so much more energy for herself and began to really focus on what lit her up. Over the next several months, her entire work life and personal sense of joy transformed, all because of small, powerful choices she made in alignment with who she was becoming. I want to leave you with a few reflection questions to take into your week. So you might want to get out a pen and paper or just remind yourself that you want to come back to this time frame of the podcast. So the first question, what choices am I making today that align with the person I want to become? Number 2, where am I acting from an old identity that no longer fits? And question number 3, how can I use my strategy and authority today to make choices as my true self? Like I said about bringing out pen and paper, you might want to journal these, you might want to meditate on them, or simply carry them around you as something to anchor with over the next few weeks. Remember, who you are becoming is not an accident. It's a choice you make with every thought, with every decision, and every moment of self-compassion. If you're curious about how you're designed to make decisions and who you're here to become, you can get your free human design chart through the link in the show notes. When you get your chart, you'll also join my email list where I'll share more insights to empower your self-transformation journey each week. Thank you for listening today. And don't forget, if you're ready to deepen your relationships and communicate from your most authentic self, my new Relationship by Design series is available now. You'll find 2 powerful trainings to help you navigate love with clarity and confidence. Visit the link in the show notes to learn more. As always, I'm here cheering you on as you create relationships and a life that feels aligned with who you truly are. Until next time, lady. Thank you, lady, for joining me on this journey of aligning, embodying, and rising into your most authentic self. Remember, the most important relationship you have is the one you have with yourself. And when you do the inner work, you naturally attract the love and life meant for you. If today's episode resonated with you, I'd love for you to rate and review the show. Your feedback not only helps more women discover the power of self-transformation, but also helps us grow this community. If you're ready to go deeper and align with a relationship and life you truly desire, I invite you to explore my coaching services. Together, we'll use human design, NLP techniques, and self-empowerment tools to help you break through old patterns and create a life that resonates with who you truly are. Visit reinventingthearena.com to learn more and take the next steps in your journey of self-discovery and alignment. Until next time, lady, keep aligning, keep embodying, and keep rising. Thanks for listening to Reinventing the Arena.